Good morning, Ricky, the low-end card enthusiast from North Carolina, coming at you with another video. Hope you guys are doing well and welcome back to my channel. I'm about to forget what to say. It's been so long, a couple weeks since I made a video. But if you look at my heading on my page, you'll see it says sports cards and other collectibles. I haven't utilized my other collectibles in a while. And I'm going to do that today, so don't fret. I'm still collecting cards. Don't fret. But I've come across something that I've eyed for, I don't know, probably 5 years, maybe 6. It's been a while. It's been a while. And how somebody hasn't bought this, I don't know. Maybe they didn't know what it was. I just don't know. This piece of, it's a collectible, really. That I'm going to show you, I've had my eye on it for those many years, and he's switched booze time on me. It's in Granddaddy's Antique Mall that I showed you a video of. Down the center, he's got glass booths, and he had a booth in the center there, a glass booth, and it was in there for a good while. And he's since moved over. I don't know, he might still have a glass booth there, but he has another one now, a couple rows over. Real nice booth with a nice glass, a couple of nice glass booths in there, in that area, in that booth. And he's got this in there too. And it hadn't sold in that long a time. And I just always go there, see if it's sold or he's gone down on the price because I want it so bad. And it's one of the pieces of collectibles that I grew up with. And I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Don't worry. And he's always had the same price on it. And I never really looked it up to see how much they went for. And so I found out yesterday when I ended up buying it and bringing it home. And I found out that he was right on comps for a raw example of this collectible. And but he'd gone down substantially, finally. I don't know if he'd gone down before some or not. I can't remember, but he'd gone down substantially on this item yesterday when I went by and looked. Had a little white out. He whited out the old price and put a new one on. And I said, well, I wonder if I could get him down to where I want to be, and I'll buy it. I'm gonna bring it home with me. I've seen it so long, it'd look nice in my living room to look at before I put it in my room on the stand. So I got the guy to call him, and he didn't respond. So I told him I'd walk around, and I ended up getting something else. So I walked around for a while and come back, and the girl called him, and she said, yeah, I texted him. He was busy. It was Sunday, and that place is crazy on Sunday. And he said, yeah, I got back with him and I told him I'll accept his offer. So he accepted my offer. And I've been looking up and doing some research on it. And yeah, the comps, he was right on at comps. And actually there's 114 on CGC, the main grading company for it's a comic book, for comic books. And there's 114. So it's pretty rare. Well, say rare if you want to. There's not many of them around, and especially in high grade. This is not high grade. And so anyway, let me show you what I'm talking about. It's a comic book, and I grew up with this guy. It's 1964. Jonny Quest. Lizard Man. The Mystery of the Lizard Man. You probably remember his comic book, or his episode come out in 1964. And this is the pilot right here. Haji was not even on this episode on the pilot. And yeah, it's a great episode. You used to see it on YouTube, just this one for free, but they've cut it out now. You can see the opening of it, and they'll switch to something else crazy, something else. I don't know what it is, some kind of game or something. But anyway, yeah, I got it. It looks good sitting at my coffee table where I can look at it. But yeah, it was 114 on CGC that they've graded. And there's a comic book store right, right around the street. And it had an old board on it and an old bag. But there's a, excuse me, frog in my throat. But there's a comic book store that I've been into, and I haven't collected, I did as a kid, collected comic books and traded them like sports cards or baseball cards. But I never really collected comic books after that. I've had some. I like the 12 cents because that's what I grew up with, the Silver Age comic books, call them Silver Age. I think the Golden Age comics ended in 63, if I'm not mistaken, and this is 64. And I went over there to maybe get a top loader. They have top loaders for comics. And he had some that was Silver Age top loaders. And I think it's going to take a Golden Age for this. He didn't have any Golden Age because it was right there on when they switched over. And I think it's going to take a Golden Age for this, he says. He didn't have any. And they got magnetic one touches for these too. He didn't have any of those. But there again, it's going to be I don't want to order one from Amazon and not fit. But then, I know a guy told me it costs around $100 to probably grade it. And I looked it up and he was about right, $100. But this guy said they're going to start letting the public bring them in to this comic shop, and he's going to start doing it. All he got to do is really, probably like cards, sign your name and all. He's going to take care of the rest of it. Excuse me. Man, allergies starting early. And they're going to do it. And I said, well, how much does it cost? He said, probably around $50. Maybe a little less. I said, well, that's great, man. Of course, it'd be a 2 months turnaround, but still. He told me the price of a raw, and I said, golly, it's a pretty good price. And I said, what would this grade you think? And of course, he gave me his opinion. And he told me probably a 3 and a good chance to be a 4. I said, wow, man. He told me the price of a 3, and it's on up there, and the 4 would be great. So it would really be worth my time, and to get it graded. So I think I might do that. I said a couple of months is going to start doing it. So I'm not going to start collecting comic books, but I've had my eye on this one so long, and it just looks so good, and it's great shape. Of course, it's not a 9 or 8. You're talking like cars now. They have the same grading scale, and but it's a good 3 or 4. So it's not a 4 or a 1 or 2. And I just love it. And this is the only one that they made. This is the first edition in 1964, and they didn't make any more until the 80s. I think in the mid 80s they made a couple years, and then maybe later on they made some more. Maybe the 90s or 2000s, but they didn't make a whole lot. But this is the first edition, and they didn't make any more after this one. As far as the TV show or anything, they didn't make any more. So it's by Gold Key. And Gold Key is underrated. I mean, they have some great comic books that people overlook of TV shows. I think Time Tunnel. Star Trek. Star Trek is big. Expensive comic book. Speed Racer. I've said Time Tunnel. Different TV shows are made from, comic books are made from these shows. So Flintstones is big. That's real big. I think 62, if I'm not mistaken. When they come out, they made the Flintstones. So very underrated is Gold Key. So if I see one that's somebody I don't know they have, I'll pick it up. But as far as collecting comics, I'm not going to get into that. I think comics are kind of down now anyway. But thought I'd show that, and leave your comments, and if you have any questions on it. done a little research on it, so I know a little bit about it, about this one as far as comics and all. I get law. I know when they introduced the first, like Silver Surfer or Green Lantern, that's kind of what the valuable comics are. That's about my extent. I don't know too much about comics, but I know a little bit. I know a little bit about everything. That what my mother told me. She told me if you know a little bit about everything, you can carry on a conversation with anybody. So that's what I live my life around. Know a little bit about everything. So anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day.